right, as we kind of wrap up the videos about the definition and example essay, I have a student example to show you. And so let's look at that together. And my purpose of showing you previous student examples is so you can kind of get a more realistic expectation of what's expected from you. And I'm not showing you these so we can take apart the grammar. We'll talk about grammar during grammar. Okay, really what my point is, what I'm hoping to show you with these student examples is just how you should organize your paper, how it should flow, how it should start and end, and you can just see the things that student did well and some room for improvement. So anyway, let's look at that student example. Okay, so here we've got our MLA setup, okay? I want you to pay attention to that. Double space, Times New Romans, got the heading correctly, great job. So let's just start reading it and then we'll kind of stop after each paragraph and talk about it. Our title here is Fixed and Growth Mindset. A great amount of people goes through a fixed mindset and a growth mindset during their lives. Having a fixed mindset means you believe there is not a way to improve your traits and situation and often think very negatively about their life. However, in contrast, having a growth mindset means that you believe in improvement within yourself and your life over time through hard work and determination. My adolescent relationships versus adult relationships, money management, and going from high school to college are all good life-changing examples of fixed turning into growth mindset. Okay, so we have there I would say that the hook is kind of not very well developed. It kind of was like, this is important to everybody is kind of their hook there, right? And then she transitions into definition of fixed and growth mindset. That's an important part of this essay. And then transitions to her thesis statement. And you can see her 3 points in her thesis statement. And she's going to be talking about fixed, changing to growth mindset. So we would expect to see that the next the first body paragraph is about her relationships, and then the second body paragraph, sorry about my dog, is about money management, and the third body paragraph are about high school and college. Okay, so her first paragraph here, body paragraph. With adolescence brings uncertainty, and for most teens, they will not find the love of their life in middle school or high school due to their everyday life moving at a very fast pace. While meeting potential boyfriends, I would find myself second-guessing the possibility of relationship lasting long. I had a fixed mindset of those relationships never progressing into something more because I knew that most relationships never lasted long around me. However, now that I'm an adult and now caring more about my future and who can potentially share it with me, I've grown into a mindset where I believe there's someone that could be the love of my life. Therefore, I've noticed myself opening up more to potential matches. Since my mindset has grown, I've started to care more about my future. The way I handle finances is a good example of turning a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. Okay. So she talks about adolescent versus adult relationships in that chapter. Her point there is that she wasn't really interested in finding anybody because it didn't seem worth her while, and then she has changed to where now she knows she can expect that and find a partner. Notice also that her topic sentence does not really cover everything that's in the paragraph. It covers about the first half. Right, so be careful about that as you're writing your essays. Make sure that your topic sentence covers everything that you're going to talk about in that paragraph. And then her transition does sum up what she just talked about and then kind of introduces the next topic, which is finances. So great job there with her transition. When you're younger, finances are not a priority. Therefore, you find yourself spending the finances you do have on mindless things. Although I was smart enough to have a job at a young age, my mind was fixed on working only to get money to buy things that I wanted because I did not have any type of bills that I needed to stress over, and I had my family to fall back on if I needed to. Now, as an adult, I know there is more importance to having a job and earning a paycheck. Also, with a growth mindset, I work not only to pay for my necessities, but to save up for my future, because I've grown to learn that making a successful living is not as easy as I may think. With regards to me wanting a successful future, going from high school to college was another key point in my life where my mindset changed. Okay, so again, we have here her topic sentence at the beginning is not really a topic sentence. She introduces the first half of the point, not the second. So again, we want to have a topic sentence that covers everything. And then she talks about kind of how she thought about it before and how she thought about it now. Now, both of these examples have been, she hasn't talked a lot about being stuck or a lot about being unchanging, more like mistakes that she made and learned from, which is kind of related to growth mindset, but I want to see in your papers a more explicit connection between fixed mindset and that like being stuck, unchanging, unwilling to change, feeling unable to change, that kind of thing. And less of just a growing up, which is kind of what she's been talking about the last 2 times. But again, she's got this nice transition that sets up her next point. Third body paragraph. Most teens who attend high school have a fixed mindset of who cares, thus leading them to not trying to succeed in their classes. As a high school student, I would go to school because I was legally obligated to. Because of my young age mindset, I would have much rather stayed home and not worry about anything school related. However, as an adult, although it is still a struggle for me to stay motivated to get my assignments done and turned in on time, I find my mindset has grown now because I fully understand the true meaning of completing my schoolwork. With this mindset, my future would not be looking as bright as I intended it to be without this mindset. So you can see there, she does the same thing about topic sentences. Again, we want to see a topic sentence that covers the whole paragraph. And then you do not need a transition after your third body paragraph because you go straight to your conclusion, which kind of sums it all up anyway. And then, again, we have the same kind of issue that we've already talked about. So just make sure you're making those connections explicit. Although adolescent relationships versus adult relationships, money management, and going from high school to college are all good examples of going from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset, there is an endless amount of mindset examples. It is up to the person whether they choose to grow or stay fixed. Okay, so that's her so what? It's up to the person whether they choose to grow or stay fixed, which is fine. She sums up what she talked about in one sentence and then gives her so what in another sentence. So I want to see a longer conclusion from you. She did pass her essay, but there are some things that are wrong with it and some things that I think that you could improve on. And so I hope that you can kind of see the things that she did well, the things that she needs to improve on, and then you can kind of work on those things in your own essay.